Iron Maiden. What do I know about Iron Maiden? I know that one, the mascot, his name's Eddie. I know two, it's metal. And I know three, at least I read, they're in bed with the devil or something like that. And that's about it. I've never listened to Iron Maiden. Never really thought about listening to Iron Maiden. I've seen their covers everywhere. I know they're quite popular, but it just wasn't my deal. I mean, not to what I was listening to. Until I won the VC lottery and Aaron Mutha Alamare sent me 3 Iron Maiden albums. I think he felt that maybe I needed some Iron Maiden in my life. So Aaron sent me the first Iron Maiden, self-titled. The third Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. And I think it's the 6th one, Somewhere in Time. So what do I know? I know nothing about these. So I sat down with my notebook and I listened to this intently. And I wrote my notes about each song and what I think. What I've done with similar people like, Bob Dylan and stuff like that. The Beatles I did this with, and might have been a couple others. So I thought, why not? Let's do this with Iron Maiden to just find out if I really pay attention. What do I think about this group? And it was pretty interesting. So first off, Aaron, thank you very much for sending these. It was very fascinating. And now I can say I know Iron Maiden. I don't know if I'm really a metalhead. I know a lot of people think so, but probably not. But let's talk about these. And a wise man would have took them out of the wrapper right away. So that's what the label looks like. So we're going to begin with this. And I have these notes again. I wrote a page of notes for each of the albums as I was listening to the song to put my thoughts about these. So this is the self-titled album. This came out in 1980, and this had the vocals of Paul Dean. Now, when I had originally showed that I got these from the lottery, everyone said, this is the one I'm going to like the most, because I do like punk. That's, especially, 70s, early 80s punk is right in my wheelhouse. And they said, this is the closest you're going to get to that and to some hard rock. Well, okay then. I was pretty much, set up for that. So the first song, it begins with Prowler. And I just put fantastic guitar solo. Hard charging, fist shaking song. What an incredible way to start out an album. I mean, it grabbed my attention. It made me go, gosh, I want to hear more. And that's what the first song should do. Second song, Remember Tomorrow, slows way down. Coming off a high. Guitars kick in, and then it goes quiet. Guitar playing during the quiet parts is very intricate. The song finally catches fire and it's great. I put down great. I really liked it. And I just, after Prowler, just said, yeah. It's right. Oh, it's quiet. Oh, but it takes off. It takes off, and that brings you back up to that fist-pumping high. Okay, Running Free is the next song. I had punk attitude with drums and guitar riffs. More straight ahead, hard rock fun, stadium anthem. That's what I thought about that. It is perfect to play there to get a whole crowd of people very excited. Phantom of the Opera. Did I also have... I had chugging guitars also on there and pounding tom-toms. All right. Phantom of the Opera, long song. Let's do metal prog. That was my thought, okay. Is there metal prog? Yes, there is metal prog out there. Time signature changes kept happening. Great playing on it, but in my opinion, it went way too long. And it could have been shortened up because there was just too much gobbledygook going on where I just thought excess playing that didn't need to be. So now we go into the next side, Transylvania. Breakneck instrumental. Get out of the chair and air guitar fun. And it is what happened. I mean, I got out of the guitar, on my chair. I went to my closet. I grabbed my air guitar. I brought that out. It's invisible, but I know it's in there. And I just began jamming. That thing was like boom, boom, boom. I mean, it was exciting. That was just great instrumental. Really liked it. We go into Strange World. I'm all pumped up, and then they slam on the brakes again. What's with the second song? Slamming on the brakes. Shows that they could do more than just thrash about. So, that's fine. And it was a power ballad, and that was my least favorite song on the album, Strange World. Charlotte the Harlot comes next. Straight ahead, hard rock. It has a slow bridge, then storms back with speed metal guitar playing. Caught my attention. Fun song, and totally enjoyed it. Iron Maiden is the last one. Good head, changing, like the vocals. I have, my handwriting, but I love the vocals on it. They weren't, the vocalist here, Paul, he wasn't trying to do too much. He wasn't trying to go overboard with them. He was just a solid rock singer and just pounding it out, and I really liked that. This was just a chugging song, and it was such a great way to end the album. What I put on here about this whole album is lyrics were more than sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There was more thought that was put into this. And the guy that's writing it was, I guess, the bass player, Steve Harris. Great album, very enjoyable, accessible. Big part, you get someone like me listening, accessible. And it was. And leather was not required. I was worried I'd have to go out and buy some or whatever, but not. So I really liked this album. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. So now we get to the next album. Let me get that out of here. Number of the Beast. And let me flip my page here. Number of the Beast, their third album, came out in 1982. And here we do have, this one has lyrics. It has the pictures. And I'm glad they had the lyrics, because these guys have something to say, at least on this album. Now, just first off, Number of the Beast, that's just me. It gets me. It's the old minister's kid in me, and go, man, really? But for many people, that doesn't mean anything. It's like, oh, whoop-de-doo. It's a superstition, whatever, and that's fine. You know what? Those that like it, hey, that's good. If you don't like it, then you don't buy it. Simple, right? So this one here, I did put down, all right, so this is Bruce Dickinson's first album. If you're an Iron Maiden person, you probably knew that. If you didn't, there you go. Operatic vocals was what I had written down here. Now, I really liked, was it Paul on the first two albums? I liked his vocals a lot. The operatic part of the vocals at times, to me, was over the top. And I thought the other one wasn't over the top, but that's what made it exciting, I guess. Obviously, there's a lot of shock value with the title and the graphics. Absolutely. Here you had like people raising up from the pits of hell coming up, and scary things. So yeah, shock value. So it begins with Invaders, and Invaders is like a Viking fantasy type song, but the song just tears out of the gates, and Dickinson really shows his vocal range immediately. I mean, here's his first album. I'm sure the Iron Maiden people go, oh God, what's going to happen? And he just comes and wails and blows it out. So again, kind of Vikings. That's fine. I'm Swedish. Oh, Vikings are cool. All right, number 2, Children of the Damned. Like the last album, it's the second song. It slows way down. Gruesome lyrics. Monster guitar during the chorus and the bridge, and the drumming was just incredibly hard pounding. Then we go to The Prisoner. Hard, heavy metal number. Bass had some parts that just jumped out. I mean, I was grabbing what the bass was doing. Sing-along type chorus for a concert, not bad. And yeah, I was thinking, if I'm at an Iron Maiden concert, The Prisoner would be a cool song. I could just see the audience getting into it and really singing along. I liked it. I didn't know enough on the chorus to sing, though I had the words, but hey, I would have. 22 Acacia Avenue, whatever. Prostitute. Charlotte makes a return. So on the first one we had Charlotte. Well, Charlotte comes back. So Charlotte's a prostitute. We decided let's bring her back. She was popular in one, and I guess Charlotte still must be kind of popular. And this is a great rocking number. Guitars changed things up and kept pushing the song forward. And it was just hard, charging, but very exciting. Really like this one. I mean, it just, again, it just came out of the gates just blasting away, and just so much fun. And we're still going at it, except for the second song. Side 2, Number of the Beast. Okay. Love the start with the guitars and vocals before the drums blasted in. So you have guitars, vocals, kind of, it's good. It's building. And then suddenly, man, them drums just kaboom, just kick in and then it's off to the races. When the drums enter, it's just such a great entrance. The song absolutely roars. Lyrics, not for me. I did not, I wasn't enjoying the lyrics. It's okay. That's the way it is. If you like that, that's fine, because I'm sure they were awesome. You're just talking to an old fuddy-duddy here. Okay. Very catchy song with topic, but the topic was difficult. Okay. It just was, I know Revelations, what happens. Now, it isn't like I go to church every Sunday or nothing like that. This is my upbringing. And we're all that way. Okay, but wow, what a song. Run to the Hills. This was about the plight of the American Indians. Seriously, really. Now this is when I was impressed with Iron Maiden. Again, not sex, drugs, rock and roll, not just that kind of crap. These guys are actually sitting there. So this, the guy that's writing, Steve Harris, is thinking about things, is bringing up stuff, and talking about it. And I thought that was pretty darn cool. So Run to the Hills, Plight of the American Indians, drum have that stereotypical tom-tom beat. Boom, 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 boom. That you don't really need. Everyone does it. Hey, it's a song about Indians. Listen to that. You can read the lyrics and you can catch that. Just very stereotypical. But then the song just gallops forward. Great chorus, epic feel, Great song, Run to the Hills. And again, tells something important. There's meat to the subject. Gangland, Gangster Tale, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Good lyrics, hard rocking song, love the solos. Something about gangland killings and stuff. Neat. It's just one great job. And then we have Hallowed Be Thy Name. And that was about a man being hanged. Isn't that interesting? So he's being hanged. It's a very good song. Good songwriting I put on here. It starts quiet and then just takes off. Longer song, but very good. And that one, I thought the vocals were great. Just fantastic. So I very impressed with this album. It's just, you never know. And here's the beauty with music and people, when, Aaron shared these with me. He knows he's never seen my record collection, but he's watched my videos or just listens. That guy probably doesn't know anything about that stuff. But he likes this music. And so he shipped that to me. And so many people have shipped me stuff they like that I don't know. And then I go, wow. It just opens up a whole new world. Now, am I going to go out and buy the Iron Maiden catalog? No, I'm not. I may buy a couple more, though, kind of reading through to see what I might want, because these two albums I thought were just great. So now the third album. And here we have Somewhere in Time. Doesn't that look like, what was that name? Blade Runner. That's it. Blade Runner. That's what it reminds me of. We have lyrics again. We have a picture of the boys. There we go. Okay. I did put on here, lyrically, the second album was more interesting. And this is their 7th album, came out in 86. I said 6. This is their 7th album from 1986. And I did put Tale of Two Sides. So, it begins with Somewhere in Time. Thunderous, operatic, about the time travel. Dickinson offered plenty of opportunity to hit his high notes. So, it's like, here you go. Hit him high, baby. Get up there. I don't know what kind of, very tight pants he wears. Very tight pants. They actually have a little string that they pull from behind when you want to hit the high notes. You pull that string and you just go up an extra octave. It works. It's great. Drums were great pounding with fantastic drum rolls going on. It sounded so cool. Wasted Years. Great guitar opening, and guitars continue surging. Lyrically okay, and A+ for being a hard rockin' song. Now I know Morten out of Norway. This is your favorite album. For me, I'm sorry, Morten. It wasn't, but it was still good. Okay. Then we have Sea of Madness. Another great heavy metal number. Guitars and vocals blend very well and don't outshine each other. Just more great guitar solos. And the point on that was sometimes the guitars just take over and bury the vocals, or the vocals bury whatever else. This was well produced, and both were very clear. Both were coming through loud and clear and shining. I thought that was really neat. Heaven Can Wait. Very catchy chorus that would create another stadium sing-along. That's what it sounded like to me. I could just see everyone in the crowd singing to that thing. Well-constructed song, another winner, nice guitar solos. Winner, they got the chicken dinner. Then we go into Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner. Huh? What? Loneliness of the Long Distance. I guess maybe one of those guys, maybe Harris is a long distance runner. It is lonely. I ran long distance. I know that. I ran cross country in college. I did half marathons. It's boring. It's lonely as hell. It's like, oh, nah. You kind of lose concentration. So, is this supposed to be a metaphor? Was my question. Seems like a dumb subject for lyrics. Not very heavy metal. It's like we ran out of topics. We got to make an album. Let's do this. And maybe some of you like it. Some of you can give me, tell me what am I missing on that thing, but whatever. Stranger in a Strange Land. This was a better song, better lyrics, and I swore I heard synthesizers. And I believe I saw on here synthesizers are a part of this, and they brought that in. It kind of gives it that 80s, well, that's what I put, giving it an 80s sheen. Not really needed, because the other stuff was great, but you got change, and it was an okay song. Deja Vu, second slower song. The pattern seems to be developed, one slow song on each side. But it quickly hits warp speed. So it just starts soft, but then it'll blast away. Lyrically, not exciting, which kind of drags the song down. Final one, Alexander the Great. Long song about Alexander the Great. Was it needed? Now, I know Led Zeppelin did a very long song, Achilles' Last Stand, about Achilles. I love Achilles' Last Stand. I think it's a phenomenal song. Maybe Alexander the Great could have been good, but I didn't think it was written that well. It had a military beat on the drums, which, again, very, typical kind of a thing. Not necessary, but just to set you in the mood. Once it breaks out, though, it improves. So the drumming gets going. Chorus was annoying. That's probably what I hated about it. it made the song, you know, it was made for the singer to hit these notes. Alexander, I mean, just pulling out Alexander the Great, you know, it's just, okay. Also heavy synths. Just glad it was the last song because I didn't much care for that one. It kind of sunk the album for me. Lyrically, again, they seem to be running out of ideas on this one. Could be totally wrong. That's the feeling I got. So that's what we have. I have now listened to metal. I do have that metal box set that has some of the classics of metal, but I've done Iron Maiden, and I'm excited about it. This was a great listen. It was fun to listen to. Really like this. I would be interested in their second album with Paul singing. This one was very good, and I would research some more. I was impressed with them, and I'm not going to be a metalhead. I'm not going to get long hair, but you know, there was the hair metal of the 80s kind of bugged me. I just wasn't into this was not the hair metal. This was something more. And I really appreciated when they went deep with the lyrics and tried to say something. And I thought, to me, that probably impressed me more than anything, and I did not expect that whatsoever. So, well done, Iron Maiden. Great stuff. Aaron, thank you. This was it was wonderful. And you, again, you opened up a new door for me of something to look at. Thanks, everyone, for sitting in and listening to this. Have a great one. Bye.